working every day with people like you, helping them look, feel, and perform with youthful energy and beauty in mind and body. Call today to see how Tracy can help you feel great today. 252-213-4478. 252-213-4478.
From the Nextdoor Radio Newsroom, it's time for the Nextdoor Radio News. One of Russia's most prominent nationalist politicians said the Russian military does not have the adequate number of doctors, among other problems, a message he delivered in a meeting Saturday with the mothers of soldiers mobilized in the fight in Ukraine.
The comments by Leonid Slutsky, leader of the Populist Liberal Democratic Party and chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee in the lower house of parliament, was an unusually public admission of problems within the military as Russian forces suffer a series of battlefield setbacks. Slutsky, a strong supporter of Russia's fight in Ukraine, said he would address the defense ministry about problems that troops face in Ukraine. Harry Michaels reporting.
Public anger in China towards widening COVID-19 lockdowns across the country erupted. Rare protest in China's far west Xinjiang region and the country's capital of Beijing as nationwide infections set another record.
Crowds took to the streets on Friday night in Xinjiang's capital of Urumqi, chanting "End the lockdown" and pumping their fists in the air. After a deadly fire on Thursday triggered anger over their prolonged COVID-19 lockdown, according to videos circulated on Chinese social media on Friday night.
State-level law enforcement units created after the 2020 presidential elections to investigate voter fraud are looking into scattered complaints more than 2 weeks after midterms, but have provided no indication of systemic problems.
That's just what election experts had expected and led critics to suggest that the new units were more about politics than rooting out widespread abuses. Most election-related fraud cases already are investigated and prosecuted at the local level. Roger Cantor reporting.
An Israeli man died Saturday from the wounds he sustained in twin blasts that hit Jerusalem earlier last week, bringing the number of dead in the explosions to 2 that Israeli police blamed on Palestinians.
Shari Zedek Medical Center in Jerusalem announced that Tades Teshome Ben Meda had died. He was critically wounded in one of the blasts at the city's bus stops. The trauma and intensive care teams of Shari Zedek fought for his life, but unfortunately his injury was very fatal, the hospital said. Davis Richards reporting.
This is the latest news headlines. Police said one person was hospitalized Friday after being shot inside a North Carolina Walmart store, triggering a chaotic scene just 3 days after 6 people were killed.
You are listening to Nextdoor Radio on the Vanco